All right, welcome everybody. We are going to be going into a lot of lighting. And for right now, I'm not going to use the full shader mode. I'm using, the full render mode. I'm using the shader mode. But keep in mind, or let's go to Eevee. There it is. Okay. So render mode is going to show the lighting. Material 1 is not going to show the lighting. It's going to replicate kind of the HDRI background. So we can have this. All right, so I am here. No. Okay, so he wanted the monkey on top, so Mari set, basically. Even though it's yeah, so it's good. So I'm waiting on him. Let's see, does he looks like all right. No. So I'm in wireframe right now, and it looks like, and if I hold down shift, so here, but if I hold down shift, it's a little bit softer or slower. So I know there's, oh yeah, it's an oval. Oh, and then on top, I'm gonna have, yeah, it's a little bit difficult to see through that way. Okay. Is it a little bit? That's good enough for me. And then let's take both. Oh, I don't want to highlight the plane. And then G, but I want to keep it close to the plane, so I'm going to click X. That's going to keep it on that axis. And let's see, do I want to scale? I'm going to go make it back a perfect circle. It lines up here a little bit. Now, I should have it. I can theoretically hide all the other objects, so I'm just focused on the two, but I don't need to be that exact right now. So here we are. And then, yeah. Yeah, so I'm on Eevee. Cycles is a little bit more advanced, but you need a faster machine. Thank goodness. Okay, this is data. Okay, so when I do an object, okay, yes. So it's just like one big orb, like the fairy in Legend of Zelda. And then I can change this so then I can see how it has a little bit of blue. It's pretty nice. Yep. So power. Ooh, man. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, so when your sun, lower this way down. Yeah, so it's a little bit, so if I see how there's a little bit of that. Right. So grabbing it does nothing when it's the sun. But rotating it there. So I clicked 7. And then the yeah, so this only rotate. That's too big. All right, now spotlight it's back to like a light bulb thing. So now it's a cone. So yeah, so it's just kind of a beam. And so I have S to make it bigger. Or let me see. Exposure. Angle. So if we know how lights. Okay. So he's going fast here. So the wider the angle is, more spread out, but the less light to show. So think about it's the same amount of light coming through, but it needs to go on a farther, it has to light a lot more things, so it's spread out a little bit more. If it's a lot more narrow, it has less area, so let's so just like that. So if we see like right there, perfect. And then as I change, not the radius, the beam angle, now how it starts to get a little bit softer, that's a little bit more precise. So now he wants an area light. Okay, so let's have an area. He's at, what is that? He's at 20,000. But he was able to make it shape as a rectangle. There, I'll just do 3 and 3. And this will benefit us there. This will benefit us when we start lighting, and then hold shift to keep it as a square or a rectangle or whatever. This is very like, I know I'm kind of mumbling through it because there's a lot to be had. All right. Then as it gets smaller, it's more, the light's more intense, widens up. So it's the same amount of light, it just spreads out here. So the area light, the light's coming from 180 degrees. I know it's kind of hard to see here. All right, there it is. So the light is being, if we can see this, light is being exposed 180 degrees, being sent out, while the spotlight, depending on the, I keep doing the radius, the angle, it's only coming out of that little angle right here. It's not going anywhere else. Area light, 180 degrees. So that's something to think about. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, change the shape. It seems like I'll keep it as rectangle. Let's give it a deep there. We'll give it a more deep color. And then we're going to add more light. So Shift A. Nope. Ooh, duplicate. Nope. There we go. Here. And there. So now we can see. Ooh. Object. Okay, let's see how he grabs it. Let's see. Okay. So then remember, this is a red light. This is, should be the blue. Let's see. There we go. So that's the red. That's the blue. And then I can take this dot and focus it on an object. So like, let's say the back of that. Let's say the object's more towards the monkey. So a little bit easier if I want like it to be right. No. If I want it to be perfectly behind, perfectly in front. It's just a little bit easier if you can tell when I'm rotating it. And I know I'm mumbling through this a little bit because this is more of, we gotta F around and find out, so to speak. and then that's shifty to do that, but also shifty to do any object. But I'll get... All right, so there. Left is to move the target. So right, I'm gonna move. Okay. Yep. Oh. So this changes the background so we can really see the light coming from the area lights. Okay. Reduce the intensity, and I did exactly what he told me to do. Okay. Now we're gonna render this one more time, and then we are going to, uh-oh. Did I hide? Ooh, I did. For some reason, those were hidden. Now they're not. And then let's save this as lesson 8, monkey render lighting. Okay. And it's time to say goodbye. It was, let's see, save. So this was on desktop. So I'm going to do save. But I'm going to do, it was lessons 1 through 8 by the end. Well, I remember there's blend 1 and blend. I'm going to change them both. Those are some games I bought during the big sale, and I need to play them. Okay. Welcome back to the... So every time you open up a new project, it's going to come up with this cube no matter what. If you want to delete the cube, simply click X, delete this object, delete. But I'm not going to do that. We're gonna F up this. So he's right where I am. Okay. And then this is object mode, and this is edit. So we're really going to start messing with it. And I believe, yes, it's tab. It's tab with that. So I'm in the edit mode, but I can also hide. And if you notice, between object and edit, you'll get more tools here. And then always remember T makes that go away, and N makes that stuff go away. When I did this before, we'll once again, we'll see. I don't remember really ever opening up this. I either was here, because I think that's this. Yeah, I usually was here. So we're going to go to edit mode. Yep. Oh, and I can, as he does this, I'm going to put him in slow motion for me. So this is vertex, any vertices, any points, and I can grab those and move it around. And then what I can do is I can grab again, and then I can do that X, Y, and Z thing like before. And then the next one is the edges. So you can't do the vertice points, but now you can grab the whole, and then once again, X and Y, and then all over. And then you can also do scale, and you can, and then so so I can rotate like that. Vertices you can't rotate. And then the last one is the faces. So the face mode, grabbing it, rotate it. Of course, you're not going to be like, this is going to start to get all screwy. And I might use, there's a video I want to make on Endo. It's not Nintendo. I went through a really large, deep rabbit hole on all this old 3D modeling software that got lost to time. Um, so I might do a little thing with that because I found it quite interesting, and it was very Zen-like. The Endo software, very very basic, but it was like very Zen-like. It's like barely any tools right off the bat. And then once again, S, I can do that. And then something I can do too, instead of clicking and then having to do undo, I can click the right button. Uh-oh, it looks like for this one, I can't have number. Let's see, I think he said I can't have number pad enabled. It's Oh, okay. Yeah. So if I take this off just for a second, the shortcuts for these are 1, 2, and 3. Um, yeah, that might be important, so I might have to go back and forth. It seems, I gotta pick my battles because when I do the number pad, I can move that around, which is important, but I have to click up here. But you know what I can do, and I won't do it now, I'll do it later. I can go to preferences and I can remap the keyboard, use a key that isn't being used at the time, and redo it. But I don't know. I think I might have to. We'll see how deep the rabbit hole goes with uh this is this will be difficult. So I might change the preferences so I can, click a certain type of buttons to get these and be able to move the pieces around. I also have the tour box that can do it, but I really want to learn the hotkeys on the keyboard. I know my voice is all graggly. Hotkeys on the keyboard to learn that before I start using the tour box, because I think the tour box will actually make life easy. All right, so let's see. Okay, so I'm copying him here. We need more faces. So something we can do is we can grab, which is E, yes. So extrude, so this is E, and now I'm here. And now these are new faces. And I can click E again here. I can also change this, but that will become a mess. Okay. Let's see here. And then E. Oh. You just don't want to pull the extrude inward. Eventually we'll show how to get rid of the face. That'll be a little bit later. And let me see, let me make sure. E to go out. No, hold on. E to go out, click it, and then R, rotate it, E to go out again. Okay. Very good. Let's see. Ooh, that looks a little messy. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Whatever. 7, extrude. Get rid of that again. Extrude. G, no, stop saying. So extrude is going to be going one area. Make life easy. And then I'll rotate it. Now extrude one more time. Kind of becoming like a little caterpillar. You do not want to do the click the right key with this too. Just do undo. So doubles is when one vertex are on top of the other. You don't want that. Okay. And then this is the same. Yeah. So this one, you don't need to use it. Try to use just the E key. Makes life a lot easier. Okay, tab for object mode. And now look at that. Oh man, he wanted to delete it. Now tab again. Let's get rid of me not doing that. Okay. I'm doing it as I hear him. All right. Let's see what he wants now. Loop cut. Okay, right here. Okay, Control R is loop cut. So if I click it, and they all show the shortcut. Okay, and it's going to cut it right in the middle. Yep. Okay. Oh. So I have the left. So with this one, I did left click, but I didn't let go. And then for this one, I just click it and let go, and that's it. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Okay, good. So remember the right mouse button. Oh, I gotta get we here, I'm gonna finish up this video. And then let's see. Let's see. And then if they're both, and then I can loop another one. Crazy. Uh-oh. Get rid of that. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, so like if I go upwards like this, I'm gonna have 2 planes in between, like that. So this one, there's a gap between it. If I do this, it's gonna be right up against it, but this is kind of a shorter one. I'm gonna end it right here. For the future, I'm gonna find a piece of software right after here that has it shows you what I'm clicking on the side, which will help out a lot. So I clicked A to do it all here. I'm gonna do that to reference it myself. So I am going to go to delete it. All right. So we're going to start with Control A, make a cube. I click Tab to go from object mode to edit mode. All right. Edit mode has vertices, which are the little corners, edges, which are the edges. Got my voice. And then the faces are the faces. Edge, 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 face, 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 vertice, vertice. So anything in orange, or when it comes to the vertice, it's going to be like the little white part. I can click on G, pull it, and I can pull it like on its own, or I can be on a certain point like this. And if I do edge, so this is if I click 1, 2, or 3, it'll go to that automatically. If I do G and then Z, pull it up like that. Extrude. So if I go to faces, if I click a face and I click E, it's going to go along that area and it's going to keep a separate edge like that. So I can extrude again, and then I can do something called a loop cut. So I go across, so there. So right in the middle, I can move it around if I want to. And then from there, I now have another cut. And I can do another cut. And I can take one more face, extrude it out. And I can extrude out another face, hold it, and now click R, rotate it, E again, extrude it. I'm going to save it right here. Save. It's going to be lesson 9. And kind of a short one, but we will continue the next time. All right, take care here. Bye.